Hey, welcome back everyone. I am the Gerbil. Thank you for watching. I am feeling a little bit better. My last video, my IQ was probably like 2 points above a rock as I've been fighting a head cold, and I'm still a bit congested and messed up. That said, I had a lot of fun making my previous video where I'm kind of spoofing capital games, talking about how I think the B-Wing is going to be absolutely overpowered and pending investigation. I'm still holding to that. But as I was reading some of the comments, I kept seeing a whole lot of people saying, elephant in the room, what about ultimate turn one? Well, folks, I don't believe that it can ultimate turn one. I think that that is a misunderstanding, exaggeration, and why are we not loading? I don't know, it seems to have lost the internet, of course. Nonetheless, I don't think that the home one is going to be able to ultimate on turn one. And let me explain from the kit, and then I will explain that if it does enable it to be able to ultimate immediately, why it will beat every single fleet in the game, and that's just nonsensical. So what happens is, it says very clearly, if there's no allied scoundrels and the B-Wing is reinforcement, home one gets a bonus turn at the start of battle. Now that is not 100% turn meter. I got a lot of comments also of people saying that this won't work against profundity because profundity prevents turn meter game. Well, this is not turn meter game. Bonus turns are independent mechanics of turn meter manipulation. So profundity is not going to stop this. It is still going to get a bonus turn. It is still going to go first. It does not matter on ship speeds, which are available on SWGOH.gg. And you'll see that the capital ships are typically in the 190 range. If we sort this by speed, oh, that's at the bottom of the barrel here. Here we go. Home one is at 193, tied with Negotiator. It's assuming you have a Relic 9 Akbar versus whatever, which I know most of you will not. But if you have Profundity, you do have a Relic 9 Raddus. Now, you also need to make sure you've got 6-dot mods on them, or else you will have even slower ships. So the Profundity is faster, but it cannot prevent a bonus turn at the start of the battle. So what'll happen, it says, at the start of the battle with only the basic, right here, the basic and call reinforcement. Now this is where I think people are getting mistaken, because it says available to use, but it says reduce the cooldown of call reinforcement by 1. Now let's note the cooldown is 2, so it is not immediately used. So what you're basically, as I'm reading this, you're going to take a turn and you're going to use your basic. What that does is it effectively takes this down to 0, so that on home one's first actual turn, then it will call reinforcements. Now, this is still really good, because when it does get that first actual turn in game play, it will then call in the Y-wing or the B-Wing, which will then grant the home one another bonus turn. Again, this is not turn meter, this is bonus turn. So now that the home one has a bonus turn, its ultimate, is it going to be available? Well, it does say reduce the cooldowns, right? All cooldowns except for reinforcement are reset. Now, reset does typically mean that they are all available. I don't know why in my head reset means, like, you know, reset it to max. I don't know why, but apparently resets them to 0. Regardless, can it then ultimate right there? Well, based on the strict wording of that, yes, it can. And if that's the case, then on home one's first turn, not including the original, like the pre-bonus at the start, it's confusing, I know, it should be able to declare the ultimate. So that's the way I'm reading it. So the battle starts. Home one goes first, it basics. Then normal gameplay happens, and whenever home one gets its actual first turn, it then calls a reinforcement. Now let's look at this in terms of gameplay, I think, as to what would actually happen if that were not the case. This is what I kept seeing in the comments over and over again. And people were like, hey, no, it's gonna go first, call the B-Wing, then it's gonna take another turn and ultimate. If that were the case, those 3 are all bonus turns, basically. Well, you get a bonus turn, call reinforcement, triggers a bonus turn, triggered the ultimate, then turn meter based initiative goes into play, at which point the home one would have granted all of your allies, note not just rebels, but all allies, 100% turn meter, which means that, and with the master plan, they're going to take 2 turns each, which means that you would effectively take the first 8 turn meter based turns, or 10 turns in a row, if you think of it like that. That's not going to happen. Like, if that happened, it would absolutely destroy everything from Leviathan to Profundity to Executor, because the combined firepower of what's going to happen here is going to decimate enemies. And alternatively, if that were the case, you could go in with this one, like go in with Cassian, Ghost, Raven's Claw, B-Wing. And what would happen is Ghost would be able to AoE twice, and if you got high relics, that's actually a really powerful hit. The Raven's Claw can AoE twice. It's pretty weak, but it strips away turn meter from opponents, which is kind of nice, but it's still an AoE. The B-Wing looks like it has a fairly devastating AoE. Time will tell, but the second time it uses it, if it's back-to-back, i.e. after Akbar's master plan, it gets like bonus 100% damage, it should have critical damage up, etc. So you've got AoE, 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 and then Cassian has a really, really cool move right here that says deal special damage to target enemy and call target ally to assist. So you're going to get 2 attacks. Both attackers do an extra, you're going to double this for rebels, 60% critical damage and are guaranteed critical hits. Basically, you're going to delete anything that's still standing at that point. So the ultimate is stupid strong, but I do not believe that you get to do it before gameplay starts. You do get a bonus turn at the start of battle with only call reinforcements and the cannons available, and reduce the cooldown of call reinforcement by 1, which again is 2. So you need to fire the basic, which will call an ally to assist, which if you are lucky and you're not going up against Profundity, will potentially start a turn meter train. If you get either the B-Wing or Biggs to attack with their basic and they land target lock, someone's going to get turn meter. Biston is going to be really, really, really fast. People are very, very easily overlooking this one. Biston has a max speed of 161. Now, sorry, 166. Now, both of my pilots, they are Relic 7, and their speed is 161. But 161 is still going to outpace most of these because it gets 25% bonus turn meter. So 161 times 1.25 means he's going to have a speed of 201.25, which means he's going to be faster than pretty much everything up here except for First Order, Outrider, and Ahsoka. So if you are one of those people who take your Biston and whoever the co-pilot is, I think Scarif or Pathfinder, up to Relic 8, you're going to get even ahead of Ahsoka, and you're going to be able to gun down Negotiator fleets, like, super fast. But I mean, notice, like, none of the Negotiator fleets ships are up here, except perhaps the Starfighter, which is not going to do anything initially. So you're going to be able to just decimate those. So while this looked really awesome, folks, I think that this is a bit pie in the sky, right? I mean, maybe not. Maybe that is actually the way it's going to work. And if it does, then, oh my God, if you go Relic 7+ on all of your pilots, and if this is the way some of you think it is going to work, which I do not, then you're going to get 8, 9, 10 turns before the enemies do. If this is not the case, which I sincerely believe it is not, then this is the starting lineup you want, right? So, like, folks, I'm going to call it right now. Like, I do not believe that this is what's actually going to happen. Oh, no, that's not the right one. This one, I do not believe that's what's going to happen. Anyway, folks, while I've edited them out, I keep pausing the video to cough my head off because I still feel like rubbish. So please hit that like and subscribe to a sick gerbil who does appreciate it. Oh my gosh, I really do. And I'm going to start popping some more of these hauls and see whatever else I can find and go lay down. Thank you for watching. I really, really do appreciate it. Once again, please hit that like, hit the subscribe, and I will catch you later as soon as this B-Wing comes out with actual live video footage. Not live, but recorded video footage, doing whatever I can with it. All right, talk to you later. Bye-bye.